Episode 399 of GI Joburg. I'm Paul, and I'm joined by these miscreants here surrounding me. We'll start with the homeboys quickly. There's a Rob, there's a Steve, and who's joining us? Who's this other character up here today?
Kevin Flynn, where are you now?
Yes.
He's in the grid.
That's right, everybody. It's Cujo. He's joining us today for 399, and we've got a few shenanigans up our sleeves this episode because it is the second last episode before 400. Before you freak out, it's not the last. 400 is not the last episode. It's just 400 is kind of a milestone. We don't know what we're doing for it, but we're doing something. But yeah, 399 is where we're at. I can't believe we got to 399 episodes, guys. I mean, it's insane. And it's actually not even just 399. It's 399 plus because there's a bunch of stuff that's unnumbered as well.
Yeah, we did many special episodes. Eagle Hawk special report. We did a little movie blitz once back in the day.
Anyway, this is
so much.
I think this is our 470th episode, so that's how arbitrary the numbering is. But I will say that we have passed a milestone between this episode and our previous podcast.
Wow, what happened?
And that is,
what was it?
We turned 14. GI
Ah.
Joburg is 14 years old.
Whoa.
Puts things in perspective, don't it?
It really does.
It's almost like you guys have the permanence code.
Actually, that's a great
Clearly,
one.
Cujo is
deep cut.
champing at the bit, dude. Okay, Cujo.
But
You
hold on,
softball
Cujo.
to you then, my man.
No, hold on. Before we softball to Cujo, you guys open up the best possibility for a quick fire topic now, it being GI Joburg's 14th birthday, so to speak. What were you guys doing when you were 14?
Whoa.
Yeah, let's reflect on that. And Cujo, I want your words here as well, man. Because we'll save you for last so we can segue you into your thing.
Whoa.
That's what Arnold said.
What even was that year?
14.
Yeah, that's a lot of trauma.
1998 for me. It would have been 1997 for you, Rob.
Thank you, Stephen. We're coming in with the hard maths, Bob maths strikes again.
Well, what was big in 1998 was Toy Fair magazine.
Yeah.
Toy Biz
stuff.
X-Men, McFarlane's Spawn.
Ooh.
GI Joe was gone from retail, but not gone from our playtimes.
In our hearts. Because we own those toys, son. We own them fucking toys.
Look, 14 was our first year of high school, Rob. That was like when there was no bedtime. Lots of sleepovers, lots of weekends of just like PlayStation and toys.
PlayStation, yeah. Funny you mentioned PlayStation because I think 97 was the year of release of Final Fantasy 7. And I remember that year. This is what prompted me to convince my mom to buy me a PlayStation. Was I was renting the PlayStation game and the PlayStation like console itself from the local Blockbusters, and I just kept renting it and getting it back in, and it was just taking forever because obviously it's a role-playing game. You can't actually finish that in like the one day, I think, or you could rent these things for 2 days. So eventually I was just like, Mom, I can't do this. I keep having to start over again. She was like, okay, fine, I'll give you a PlayStation, then let's go find you one. Yeah, so it was one of my
voice.
Spot on.
I have to do this now, don't I? So 1997, 14 years old, I was probably playing Final Fantasy 7 and a couple of other games. I got some really cool games that year, I think. It was also a great sci-fi one that had fantastic music. Offhand, I can't remember what it's called. I'll remember it. Darklight, something or other.
Darklight Conflict.
Conflict, yes.
Snap.
Right.
Great music.
Very cool music.
That's what I was doing. Hey, Stephen was living the life, playing with his Joes.
Yeah, I was also burning holes through my PlayStation discs, and that's in that age.
Boy.
It was Biohazard or Resident Evil. It was lots and lots of Final Fantasy, but Rob and I had it a year before because we were playing the American version, and then Dave actually had the Japanese version, which came out a little bit sooner than that.
Wow.
So it was that.
Domo arigato.
I actually finished the first disc of Final Fantasy in Japanese. So Rob, I feel you on having to redo the first disc of Final Fantasy. Because here's a fun fact for you. In as much as there were things in the Japanese version I could totally understand while playing. You know, when you save in Final Fantasy, you'll walk up to a save icon.
Yes.
Then you have to like click, yes, I do want to save. And then you save and you carry on, right?
You just keep going.
But yeah, for some reason, the normal flow of it, I just, it didn't quite click to me that it was meant to go to this screen, that screen, whatever. So I played that whole thing. I was saving periodically, but actually not saving on the. So I actually did the Japanese disc, the intro of that twice, which is why that like that whole section is just like, yes, I know. I've seen the train section. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that was also, it was very PlayStation, also very Toy Biz, Steve. Dave and I were still haunting toy shops. I've never stopped haunting toy shops.
He's
But it was
always in those toy shops.
It was also an era for
leaves,
trading
guys.
cards. It was also a time for playing a little bit of Magic the Gathering and a game called Rage, which was a werewolf-based role-playing card game, and Vampire, of course. And what else was pretty amazing at that time?
Star Wars Power of the Force figures.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
Luke.
Boba Fett. Nah,
Yeah.
Boba Fett was a worthy figure.
Later on,
I would
definitely.
Bosh.
Rob, our first trip to Toys R Us was around about that time, and you walked out with Bosch, and I walked out with Boba Fett, and we played the shit out of those bounty hunters. You played her as a bounty hunter, not Princess Leia in disguise.
Well,
or was she always Princess Leia in disguise?
One day I need to see that figure, guys, because I still haven't seen that toy.
You should see it, Paul.
It's always
Cujo,
wanted him, but never saw him. But yeah,
14,
what would
dude.
you? Yeah, what
that's looking at 1990, I think, or thereabouts. I think you mentioned playing cards. If we're doing that, yeah, I definitely had a Beckett trading card stuff. 1990, Don Mikowski and the Green Bay Packers had just beaten the 49ers, the team of the 80s. And I thought he was poised to basically pay for my college tuition with my trading cards of him. But wasn't meant to be. Wasn't meant to be.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I was definitely trading cards. 1990 was, yeah. That's all I got. I can't remember much beyond that.
FIFA World Cup was in 1990, apparently.
Oh yeah,
Won
PlayStation
by
was flowing,
Germany.
for sure. Oh wait, no, that was 1990. No, that wasn't PlayStation for me.
No, 1990 would have been.
Cut that, guys.
Anyways, guys, this is a quick fire topic.
This is a long fire topic, actually.
But
that one's for you, Magic Man. Yeah.
What we are doing in 399 is taking a look at issue 321 of GI Joe: A Real American Hero.
Whoa!
As requested by Mr. Cujo 86 or 86 Cujo. So the second, well, not the second. There've been plenty of silent issues, but in terms of a revisit to issue 21, that's what 321 is all about. Interesting issue, well worth a chat, but there are other burning topics that we can kick off with, just in case the comic chat is not to your liking, user.
Why did you click on this episode then? It's literally the title of the episode. Well done. You are a masochist.
Because you love us. So, on the 31st of October, that is this month as of recording, that is also Halloween if you observe it. Yes, thank you, Robert. Phobos Nightmare International Backyard Part 5 will be premiering. Time to be announced, but it'll be a comfortable time for, I'm going to say, our biggest area of viewership, and that'll probably be North America. Isn't that right, Cujo?
Oh, you know it.
You know it.
Hey,
so yeah,
Joburg's an international flavor. You know that.
Oh, of course, but like it's never a good time for Australia. So yes, it'll probably be I don't know, late nights for Europe and Africa, and maybe midday, early afternoon for the US of A. Yeah.
Great time to take a break from getting ready for your trick or treating and just watch whatever this is, guys. Who knows? That title is pretty sick though. Frobo's Nightmare. Could be anything. Could be exciting. Could be crazy. Could be
Horrifying.
Well, I think it's very fitting for the occasion. That's
for
all
the
I'll
time
say
of
about
year, for sure. Like that's some
Yeah.
incredible timing on our part.
Totally
For a
intentional.
change. Yeah, you can watch it on your candy high.
Yeah. Now I feel
Boom.
I mean I've seen some people like commenting like, "Where's international backyard? Where's the international backyard?"
Where's
You know,
the
because obviously usually
Frobo?
we bring this thing out like in June or July. I think it's
Mm.
usually August the latest. But this one, we were really cooking with this one, guys. So I hope you enjoy it.
Well, I think the contributors this year have gone above and beyond. Each storyteller tells a very complete story, I'd say. It's less of a kind of a handover and more of a kind of a like check out this involved vignette before we move on to the next one. So
Interesting.
it's
We're
this
always
definitely
pushing
been
the
a
limits,
progression.
guys. We're always trying something new. There's always something to try different. And this year we've gone full out mini episodes, Twilight Zoning it. Check it out. 31st of October, 2025. If you've seen it already in the future, let us know what you thought about it.
True.
What's that, Cuj? Let's have you.
Just agreeing that if you're in the future, you should definitely retroactively comment in here. Talk about Phobo.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yo, bro.
No, bro. No, bro. Oh, no.
Cuj, let's throw the mic back to you.
Gimme.
You and I have seen Tron Ares. I imagine the boys. I don't know. Are you champing at the bit to see it, or could you give it a skip?
I'm a Tron fan, as you guys know. So.
Paul is definitely a Tron fan. I've heard him say it at least once before.
No, I'm a fan of Tron. I mean, like
where does it stem from for you, Paul?
Yeah.
Just being a nerd in general?
Why do you like Tron?
Yeah, dude, I like Tron because,
what's up with that?
Like, for me, it was this mysterious thing as a kid. Like, because I never seen it, I never saw it as a child. I just always heard about it and that it was this amazing thing, and then heard about the toys and all that, and then, but when I finally got to like watch it, because also if you're into gaming or you're into, like animation or into like being an artistic person or creative in the industry, Tron is one of those things that is kind of like, it's kind of your homework, because Tron was such a foundational piece of entertainment for the entire industry. It really changed the game in a lot of ways. It's kind of the thing that created Pixar, in a lot of ways. It allowed for investment into companies that were doing 3D animation. Not just that, also the Sherlock Holmes movie with that whole section. But anyway, Tron was very special for me in that respect, because you got to be inside the computer, and I've always loved that idea. And it's also one of the coolest 80s films. It just has a lot of vibe to it. I mean, for me, it was always The Last Starfighter, because that's what we did get on TV often enough here in South Africa, but we never got Tron. So it was always this mysterious thing.
Where's that HasLab? We need the Gunstar, whatever the frick that was.
Yeah, exactly right. But anyway,
Crack that out, son.
You're right.
Out of the vaults.
Tron is foundational for me. It's a very important thing. Visually,
were you there on day dot? Did you watch it in cinema?
Tron?
Yeah.
I didn't, but it was on my mind from day one. It took me about 3 or 4 days to get there. Yeah.
Cool, man.
What about? You want to chat it up first? Your thoughts? Spoiler free, obviously, since
we'll do
only
our
5
best.
people have seen it. Yeah.
Look, Tron is more significant for me than it has any right to be, I think, because objectively watching the first film again, it is stilted, it is weird, it's visually like nothing else in existence.
Cotton candy.
The second film it has appreciated enormously in my esteem since then, and the soundtrack is absolutely untouchable. Probably Daft Punk's best work. There is a reason my firstborn son has the middle name of Flynn. Tron was like the trifecta, because my brother had 2 light cycles, the Zip Strip Tommy light cycles, amazing toys.
Great toys.
He had Tron and Sark. Those figures perished very early on because translucent, see-through plastic, very frail. They just shattered with too much play. But the light cycles were very robust. Not only that, and I said trifecta, I mean it. Toys, video games, film. The video game element was provided by this amazing Tomy tabletop
Ooh, I love
electronic game.
Hmm.
Blip, 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 blip,
Preach
blip,
it,
blip,
Stephen.
blip, blip, doo, doodly, 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 doodly. If you know what I'm talking about. And I think this was my first brushings with what an electronic video game could be or what a video game is. Like,
Fair
I
enough.
memorized those timings. I was able to beat the game so proficiently. When I watched like a professional gamer on YouTube play a sort of an emulation of it and say like he couldn't beat it, I was like,
You're like,
you fucking
loser.
noob. This is the first time I've ever felt superior to an actual gamer because I could do that shit in my sleep.
As it should
And
be.
then I had a buddy called Chris Brown, I know, right?
Chris Brown.
I know several Chris Browns, very common name, and none of
Hmm.
them famous singers.
Interesting.
Anyway, on his shelf in his lounge, the word Tron was scrawled on one of the videotapes, and every time I visited him, I was like, "Let's slap that into the VCR." I'm sure it got very stale for him. He wanted to be watching Turtles 3 or whatever else, but I would insist that we watch Tron and just leave it on in the background. So I got the whole effect as a wee man.
Wow.
So I guess, yeah, Tron is a big deal and should be.
It's been
But
part of your life for a long time. Incredible.
I know, right?
Wow.
Man, those light cycles were cool. Man, the fucking HasLab already dropped the ball. What a piece of shit.
Losers. Losers.
Yeah, we're not gonna go into it, but yeah.
Shockingly, the fucking front wheels don't spin. They don't have wheels. Spin Master. Whenever
Tommy
Tron
got
Legacy,
that right in the fucking
Tommy
80s.
got it very right. And then when Spin Master made theirs
Frick
in
them.
in the 2010s with the Legacy, like I bought the light cycle, the Kevin Flynn light cycle, like the old school one, the white one, and that has two wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
Hmm.
Cujo, my brother,
Hmm.
bring us up to speed. Your
Well,
takes on Tron Ares.
let's do it spoiler free.
Mhm.
I have seen it 3 times. I would say this that
3
some
times.
You bought Jared Leto
commentators.
a
I'm not done
coffee.
yet. I'm not done yet. I know, right?
Single-handedly propping up the box office.
Heck
Nice
yeah.
one, brother.
Well, to me, it's design. It lives in the possibility. Like Tron has always been a franchise that fans want more of the universe. I would say that the new movie, a lot of the talking heads and stuff have been down on it just because people are fixated on families now. Apparently, the Skywalker family, this family, that family. But Tron is, to me, it's a tech flex. It's a vibe, and they nailed it. Did the story go where I wanted it to? I could say that about anything in this world. Not exactly, but yeah, it's bright. Leto reins himself in, and honestly, yeah, drop 15 to see the hacking scene in 3D or on the big screen because that's delightful. Did you appreciate that screen or that scene where they hack the computer?
What when Team Red go into Team
Heck yeah,
Blue's
heck yeah,
HQ? Yeah, amazing.
it
Amazing.
was.
That they got. Can I drop his name? Cameron Monaghan.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
was he written out of this fucking movie?
Well, I mean, they curbed it for time. You could tell there was a lot of secondary characters that you could have wanted to see more of if you were fans of them, but I think they leaned it down. And yeah, Monahan he trained for like 6 months to swing that staff, and he swung it for about 2 minutes or 2 seconds rather.
No. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, look, the scenes shot in the real world with light cycles kind of give me the vibes of like the first 20 minutes of Akira.
Mm,
But, downtown Vancouver or whatever Canadian city they shot it in does not look
yeah.
like Neo Tokyo. Like, there's something very wrong about a Tron movie that is not set primarily on the grid. Like, they had to. Storyline, it's the one thing that the intermediate movie Legacy was on the verge of doing, but stopped short of doing. So they had to do it. But I don't know. I missed like
Well,
more grid centric action, I guess.
Of course, and I agree with that. I would say this: people that are decrying like the fact that we didn't see what was it, Kevin or Sam Flynn's story. I would just say that this wasn't a NCOM film. This was a Dillinger film. It starts and ends with Dillinger. So you're seeing the bad guy side. We've seen that from Disney plenty of times now. Surprise, surprise.
Well, we have to see it from
My other
the
problem is if you don't
bad guys.
sympathize with Leto, if there's something stopping you, and you're a normal person for feeling that way, then who are you rooting for? It's very interesting to place someone like that guy at the center of your movie and be like, care about him,
True.
please.
He's our hero, guys.
That's a topic that could go for a while now. But yeah.
It is interesting to place like completely new characters at your center. I mean, the movie's called Tron. There ain't no Tron in it. Anyway.
Oh, well, last point. Eve Kim, the protagonist or the person who's working for good. Well, Tron makes way more money in China than it does in the US. So there you go.
Okay. Sweet.
Well, I mean, technically, Tron hasn't been in the movie since the first movie. I mean,
true. True.
He did Bruce
technically.
Boxleitner, did a cameo in the second one. Obviously, he was kind of talking to Sam and getting him into the Matrix, or the grid.
Yeah, I would say if you haven't,
but he ain't been in there since the first movie, old Tron. Unfortunately, the only things I own Tron-wise are two pop vinyls. I feel a bit
burn
silly.
that and then burn your house while you run fleeing.
Rob, okay, I know he was a
wasted
character, but Rinsler is Tron.
Technically.
The main henchman in Tron Legacy.
Yeah, I
is
know, but it doesn't count. He's not being Tron.
Hey, he had the 4 dots, the 4 squares.
Fucking 4 dots, son.
Tron is almost a movie that doesn't want you to care about it. Like the lines are all binary. Somebody will say something, here goes nothing, and the other person will go, here goes something. So it's like it's kind of like always back and forth, but they never sink in.
You know what I've always had, like, I'm just gonna throw something like off topic, or not off topic, but just completely left field. Something I've always like thought was weird about Tron, especially with Legacy, is computing time and real time are very different things. And I'm surprised that like Sam, for example, didn't age. Or should I say that the world didn't age when he came out of the grid. And it's the same for like Kevin as well. I've always thought that was weird. Like because yeah, I just feel like, I mean, there has to be some kind of weird time dilation between the two, but I get it. It's a film. You want to kind of make it,
Yeah, they've never kind of explored that. Like
Kevin Flynn. No, there was guys.
Was
there was time dilation.
I don't think that's ever happened.
When Sam Flynn meets Kevin Flynn on the grid, he's 1,000 years old or more.
Wow.
That's why he's all freaking gurued up and meditating and shit, because he's enlightened. He's over 1,000 years old because time on the grid has moved a lot quicker.
I guess what you just said is true. Like Tron is more of a vibe, and like if the film feels like Tron, that's like enough. Like I obviously don't pay attention to the details, like as long as there's like a cool music, there's cool visuals, like that's, if it's got that, then I think that's enough for it to be Tron.
The first 10 minutes of the new Tron movie is worth the price of the ticket.
Light cycles, baby.
But what I wanted to say is like Legacy doesn't really push that. I feel like Ares pushed that information, unless I missed something in Legacy. So
Legacy is a whole podcast.
Again, son.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's
shaping up to be a whole podcast at this point.
Now,
She'll move the agenda onto some GI Joburg.
Don't get mad, user.
Don't
get mad.
Oh my god!
It's
relevant,
Sorry, Rob.
Tron is important to a lot of people. It's as much of a legacy, like nostalgia thing that we grew up with as
okay.
GI
Well,
Joe
then to put a pin in this,
we spent entire episodes talking about Star Wars. I mean, what's Tron?
Cujo has seen it 3 times. As our resident Tron head, what would you give this out of 5?
That's what I want to know. Yeah.
Well, since it took 10 years to make, and Leto basically crawled across the finish line, I'll give it 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
Nice, 4 to 5.
Dude, look, if you want to
Yes,
tell
sir.
me the script ain't there, I'm with you. But they do pay homage to what came before, and yeah, dude, they go back to the original. I can't say it. I can't say it.
Don't say it. See, because that's what I wanted to hear. Because guys,
Okay.
I'm just seeing the internet is, getting quite sensational about like how bad it is or that it's lackluster. But then I'm seeing, and I have been seeing, the other side of it where people are like, it's really great, And I felt like Legacy had the same issue as well. Like Legacy reviewed badly for a lot of people. They all like said it was great bells and whistles. But I loved Legacy and I loved the original. And I know the original didn't review that well either. So it kind of feels like that's Tron's legacy. Pun intended, always.
I think Ares has made me place Legacy even higher in my esteem.
Oh, cool.
And that's a very underhanded compliment because it does
Steven,
make the latest film seem, diminished.
It
But
re-energized me creatively.
Well, there we go.
It does make me think that there were some great things going on in Legacy, and this is the next evolution of that. So maybe in 10 years' time, the public opinion will have come around on Ares as well.
Yeah.
I'd say this: 8.5, 8.5 out of 10 in the theater, probably about a 6 at home. So yeah.
Okay,
you need that bleeding sound, and you need that amazing.
You need to be
scream.
vibrated by Trent Reznor, obviously.
Obviously.
Get him.
Cool.
Let's move it on.
Onto our feature presentation. Should I cue
No.
up the visuals?
Oh, we're not there yet. No, Paul, come on. We're going to make those comic heads wait till the very end of this episode to hear our opinion about this issue.
I know not
You're gonna have
everyone
to keep
is
waiting,
into.
dudes. Keep waiting.
Not everyone is into the Larry Hama comic, and that's fine. Take it or leave it. So we'll leave that for the end. We are going to talk some pure GI Joe goodness at this point. Gents, look what I got.
Steven, show me what you got.
Oh my fuck.
What in the what? What is that?
The Nintendo game cartridge.
Oh my god.
Object of my desires.
You have
Why isn't that encased in
you have
amber?
a console, right?
Do I have a NES console? No, I have a Famicom with an adapter.
Have you got an adapter? Okay, I've got a NES console as well. So if you ever want to,
I think Paul should own this. Actually, he's the only one here with a real console.
Yes, but I need to complete my story. I guess the console is in Cape Town. The cartridge is here in Australia. I will be going back. Oh no, Paul's dropped out.
There he is.
He's just traded places with you, Rob. Anyway, so this
is the primary.
I haven't tested it yet, and I'm very trepidatious to test it because.
Did you not test it when? I mean, who did you buy it from? Did they just say, "Oh, it totally works"?
I bought it from AliExpress.
Okay.
It is a fake.
What?
But... Yeah, hold it up to the screen, to the camera, please, so I can see the back.
Oh, it's at the back.
What do you mean a fake? Are you saying that's Super Bomberman or what? What the heck's going on?
Hold on.
This is not
could be anything really.
An original Nintendo card, but it feels like the real
deal. It's a coaster?
All right. No. It's got the pins. I'm curious to give it a play.
Interesting.
Because I mean, obviously these things are very available as ROMs now. It takes very limited technology to reproduce this.
Interesting.
I'm curious to see if it plays like the original. I have seen plenty of AliExpress purchases like this reviewed, and obviously it does play like the original. But just the immediacy of having the cartridge will compel me to play this more. I hate playing emulation. I hate playing a TV game on my laptop. It sucks.
That is a wild.
Plug this card in, fire it up.
That's a good time.
Because it's the sound chips that sometimes that people complain about on the knockoffs. But in some cases, it's weird because the people complain not because the sound isn't good, but almost that it's too good.
Okay. So they upgraded the sound.
So the quality of the sound chip is actually better in some regards in the knockoff.
I don't like good sound quality.
But you should be able to tell if it's an original because if you look at the back and you look at the screws, the Nintendo screws, I think, have this like triangular head. I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yep. No, this
So
doesn't have that. Look,
yeah.
the other reason I wanted to get this, apart from just being able to play it, and because I've had this in my crosshairs for a long time, and they don't go for less than like $200. I want to do a showcase of the video game and all of the plastic featured therein. The
Whoa.
cost of this video game is vast. The number of
Really?
Vipers, vehicles. You have 6 good guys, but you've got an enormous character, like supporting cast, an enormous sort of cast of adversaries. A lot of toys are showcased in this. So to do a side-by-side comparison of their pixels and what they do in the video game and the toys themselves, that is my sweet spot. And anyone who's been a long time listener of GI Joburg know how highly we regard this particular 8-bit adventure. It's our damn theme tune. Every
Come on,
single
guys.
episode
It's our
for
theme
14
tune.
years.
Pixel up.
Love
Yep.
this game.
Love this game. All right, but that's not all, boys. Paul, you have a birthday coming up, don't you?
I do.
What? Yeah, 21st of November.
I thought Paul stopped talking about time.
Yes,
beyond
time
time.
is not real, guys.
Timeless. So,
Don't do it.
in days of yore, when I used to visit Johannesburg, and if ever my visit coincided with Paul's birthday, that'd be great. We'd be able to hang out, go to dinner, whatever, be boys, and I'd be able to
sneak
give him a little
something into the
something.
house.
Well, this started happening
Wow.
when I had
Look
to
under your
leave
couch, Paul.
Johannesburg. Whenever I had to leave Johannesburg before his birthday, I would try and smuggle something into the house. And knowing how frequently Paul cleans house, it was never discovered until the big day. So
Well, you
I'd
did
be
put
able
it
to
in
like
some good places, so let's be fair.
This is true.
Yeah.
I know a good hiding place when I put my mind to it. And this this tradition had to unfortunately die out because I'm so infrequently in South Africa and certainly not in Johannesburg. So I'm forced to kind of do things remotely now. I guess the easiest way of doing this is with a screen share.
Whoa.
How's that hammerhead situation of yours, Paul?
My hammerhead situation's still bad, as in like I don't have one.
Well, it's about to change.
Oh my god!
What?
Like, this is a look who's talking moment. Well, I got you a present, Mikey. Is it a cobra hammerhead?
It's a picture of a cobra hammerhead.
Oh,
but
dude.
it is all yours. It is wonderfully. It's a team effort, really, because as you might know, some weeks or even months back, I found the shell, and that sent the clarion call reverberating out through GI Joburg land.
Clarion call.
Clarion? I don't know. I've never used that phrase
call.
before. Who answered the call? None other than our good pal from the Netherlands, Snowcat Ron.
Oh my word.
So the mini subs are supplied by him.
The Netherlands are in the house?
The
Say
Netherlands
what?
are in the house.
We see
Get
you
him up
guys.
in here.
Yeah,
amazing,
man.
dude.
So happy birthday, Paul. In the future, which is now the past. I don't know. Bend your head around the time dilation on that one. But yeah, you have a hammerhead winging your way personally in my personal luggage.
Oh, shame, man.
Back to South Africa.
I like, dude.
My butt.
You know this thing's big.
That's freaking cool because that's like, for me, my big GI Joe vehicle trifecta is like the Warthog, the Bug, and the Hammerhead. These are the things that like, the Hammerhead's been a big gap in my life. So thank you, dude. Like, oh my god, thank you.
Here it is, buddy.
Yay! And I have to give it back
day.
to you, which is so cool because the last one I played with, I had to give it back to Steve.
Nah, this one's all yours, baby. No, look, I mean, the other one was my childhood one. You can pry that from my cold, dead hands.
And this is a European version. Oh.
Well, it is the Estrella version with European subs. And it's pretty darn close to complete. Here's the radar unit. Of course, the antenna is not there, but who's got an antenna on
when
there?
When is it?
Yeah. It's got the missiles, but not the 2 spring-loaded launchers. So I guess if anyone out there in GI Joburg land is holding, let's talk.
Come on, guys.
Because
Come on,
apart
guys.
from that,
Let go of
she
that. What do you need it for? Paul needs it more.
Dude,
Come on.
that's really freaking amazing.
Give it up.
Like,
for
thank
Paul.
you.
Hey,
Cobra
you're welcome. I only wish I could hand it over to you on your damn birthday, but soon thereafter.
Well, yeah. Thankfully, yeah, Paul, Stephen will be able to hand it to you. There's no midnight postmaning for you in your near future.
Dun. Shit, now I just have to make sure the house is clean.
You need space.
Where would you have
for
hid
that.
the hammerhead? It's too big to hide anywhere.
True,
You'd
actually.
be surprised.
You'd be surprised.
Pull the old country for no man. You're hiding it in the vent. Good luck, Paul.
Dude,
Go into
very
your
much,
bathroom, unhook the extraction fan.
Nice.
Plastic
In
bag
the toilet
up there.
bowl. You've removed the housing. It's in the toilet bowl.
That's why your
For the
toilet's been
tank.
blocked for the last couple of months. You're welcome.
Oh. Damn.
Incredible. What a surprise. And you guys heard it first on GI Joburg, $3.99.
And dare I say it, I mean, this is a hallmark of Snowcat Ron, but these subs are so squeaky clean.
I've never seen a sub.
I've never seen that thing.
Yeah.
That's a first viewing for me.
Good, dude.
Mine are so yellowed and tatty compared to this.
Too sick,
that thing's
dude.
wider than colonialism.
Yeah, that's it's one of the cooler like features of the Hammerhead. Is all this little mini subs.
Yeah, man. Like that's the dream. And then there's also the little place where you can hide all the little dudes.
When you did deploy motion, did you deploy any of those subs? I don't recall.
Rob and I would dive
I think we did, yeah.
In the pool.
Yeah, we did.
But
it wasn't. They weren't the main feature. I don't think they've ever been like featured in a play motion. I can think of.
Elliot loves watching the Barracuda review from that point. Exactly. When we have the hammerhead sort of descend into the pool.
There's something about being in a pool and playing with toys.
Best.
Yeah, it takes
you
back.
I even chucked Steve's hammerhead in the bath the one time. Just for the just for the giggles of it. I was like, there's no way, like, if I didn't want to give this back to Steve without it having been in the bath at least.
Nice.
Yes, it takes a while to drain that thing. I just got to say, there's a lot of truth, a lot of place for water to sit in that thing.
It likes.
That's why my decimator is as rusted as he is, because I didn't know about leaving your figures soggy.
Yeah.
You just sat in that command
Who
sub.
thinks about that? No one.
No one.
Yeah, rusted away. I also got this gung ho, the battle core gung ho,
dude,
with the green.
No!
I got that one too, and I got it from the craziest place.
What?
Okay.
I got it from a little Chinese clothing shop in Randburg, next to where the old investment cars used to be. This was 2012, 2013 that I found that guy. It was a whole 40 Rand, and the lady was so grumpy about selling it to me.
Yeah, it's her favorite figure.
I was just, yeah, exactly. I was like, hey, auntie, can I please have a look at them? And she's like, she had to move that because she was using them to display to make her I don't know, wallets or whatever the shit look good under the counter.
Why you not buy my other stuff? Yeah. Why you want this?
Anyway,
but in keeping with the video game,
I prefer the guy with the red version's better though. Personally.
Yeah, it does kind of pop a bit more, and the pants are less like chino.
I love
this guy's pants.
What
are
you
so
doing?
light.
He's a little casual in the jungle.
But it is the figure featured in GI Joe: The Atlantis Factor. So he's the guy who tops up your ammunition if you sort of call in for backup.
I can appreciate that backpack has a sculpted sunscreen bottle for that.
Yeah, he's ready for that.
Nice.
Comes with the best accessory ever, or it should, which is that flag, the American flag.
Yes, I love the flag. I have one.
People are excited
sadly,
about
this one didn't come with that.
No. Steven.
Easily trash. Steve, where did you find them? Like an online store? Or
no, just down the road. There's a vintage store that occasionally has Joe's. This one's kind of been in my crosshairs for a while now, but the lack of flag put me off.
Yeah.
But then I was in there with Time to Kill, and
it
was 35 Australian dollars, but because I paid cash, he gave it to me for 30. He didn't want to obviously break out his petty change or whatever.
No,
to
don't
break
do that. He needs that change.
Yeah, man. I didn't have a 5 on me, so it was either give him a 50 or give him a 10 and a 20. Anyway, the
Ooh,
minutia.
boy.
I feel like I won that day.
That
30
was
Australian for a vintage Joe. That's like 15 US. That's good going.
That's like nothing, guys.
I'd like to see
Show
that in the slow motion.
This
Go.
guy with his oversized M60.
Just make sure it's
Yeah.
sunny outside. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Poor
He's
guy.
like, I can't fight today, guys.
Ah,
I need my
skin
cover.
cancer.
Shall we talk about a comic book?
I think we should.
What? Are we really gonna not make people wait longer for it? Is there nothing else we can talk about? Is there nothing else?
Gosh.
Guys.
Hammerhead, GI Joe game, Tron
more quick fire
Ares.
topics, maybe. Dude.
I'm
Okay,
out, boys.
fine, guys. You've waited long enough. We're gonna talk about it. 321, 300 issues since the original silent issue. Obviously, we got the same writer, old Larry Ham.
Sorry.
Al Ham is still up writing this thing. But we got a new artist, Chris Moonaghan, who's a regular contributor to the current run of GI Joe since it moved over to Skybound under Robert Kirkman. Yeah. And of course, rest in peace to Pat Brousseau, the letterer. He couldn't join in for this issue. He's taking a much needed break for a month.
Jeez, you made it sound like he was dead.
I know, man.
Damn. He ain't dead.
Why you gotta be like that?
He ain't here for this one. They were like, take a break,
I mean,
Pat.
dude,
we don't need you this time.
And also, I hate to put this in such a like throwaway section, but because it's going to diminish it or minimize it.
Yeah.
But Drew Struzan passed away recently, and that was very sad because Drew Struzan was an absolute force. If you don't know who that is, please Google him. But I can guarantee one of the reasons that if you were young and you picked up the videotape off the rental shelf for like Back to the Future or The Thing or whatever, you can thank Drew Struzan for that. Aside from the fact that the man just made amazing posters, he was an incredible guy as well.
Thanks, Drew.
I didn't know him personally, but I actually know somebody who does know him or did know him personally. So that was sad. Then Ace Frehley of Kiss also passed away.
Oh my god,
quite insane. So like, don't just be like throwing out that letter as a passing away. Like, it's quite intense.
It's so much emotion, guys.
Yeah, dude.
Cujo, do you want to kick us off, buddy? I know this was a request that you lodged ages ago, long before this issue saw print, that you wanted to come and talk about 321. So what's the context, man?
Well, obviously I have to stay relevant and stay in the zeitgeist with GI Joburg. But, you know, when there's silence, I'll be there. But in this issue, yeah, it's a good opportunity to not only see you folks, but to talk about some straight up art, sans letters.
We're looking at the cover at the moment, and this is an Andy Kubert. I'm always wondering what is going on with Snake Eyes' skin. It's Snake Eyes and Dawn caught in
pieces
for some harsh lighting. It's clear that they've been involved in a gunfight. They're drawing their swords. Dawn's got her sword drawn already.
She can't wait.
Snake Eyes' uniform is kind of ripped away in places, and he's got like these metal plates. What's up with that? Is it body armor?
It's probably body armor, but I think there's probably a coloring mistake that's gone on with some of the exposed, like his uniform has been ripped in several places, and I feel like they've miscolored it, skin colored. Because I mean, if you look on the chest, it feels like it's like body armor. But then you look at, and also on his helmet as well. So there's like a layer of armor underneath his uniform. But then I suppose they shot him so hard it chipped off his shoulder and his knee. I think that's a coloring mistake.
It's weird. It looks like he's the Terminator. It looks like he's got metal beneath his skin.
Yeah,
his skin's been torn away.
Reminds me of Spider-Man's armored costume.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's a coloring mistake. I think someone did a whoopsie.
I don't know. I think Andy Kubert was trying something, and maybe it hasn't quite resonated with a lot of viewers, or Maybe it has, but I also couldn't ignore those blocks, because to me it looks like keyboard keys. And I mean, I get it. Like, I don't want to sit here and like, it's easy.
Like rip apart another artist.
Yeah, because everything else here is amazing. And actually, I don't have
otherwise-
anything against it. It just drew my attention. So yeah,
That feels to me like the technovirus, like a techno-organic virus that's eating away his
like with
his skin.
cable.
like the legacy virus.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right. So writer Larry Harmer, artist Chris Mooneyhan, colorist Francesco Segala, with assistance by Sabrina Del Grosso as the flatter.
Hey, Sabrina.
Flatter. Shame. That's actually a shit job, I'm just saying.
What, making things flat?
Yeah, because basically what you're doing is you're making sure that all the layers for printing are correct, so that nothing intersects. So when it prints, you don't get like weird color bands in the black, for example. So you make sure everything's nice and separate. That's one of the things. You're also making sure stuff is lined up for print. So I'm actually glad that they start crediting flatters, because this is actually the shit part of the job. This is the person who has to like turn all of the artwork that's been sent to them into actual printable stuff for the printers.
Well, big ups to old
We see you.
Sam's.
It's a shit job. So thank you.
Anyone want to take a stab at a
God, sorry.
At a summary?
There's a
Don't
blimp.
all speak at once.
Well, so
the pit is under attack.
Basically, yeah. So going off the cliffhanger from the previous issue, apparently Dawn and I was going to say Sabrina, Snake Eyes need to learn how to use weapons again. It's very important that they hone their shooting skills. So they're down in the basement somewhere. They're about to start doing old shooting range stuff to kind of up their, I guess their I don't know, licenses to kill. While simultaneously the pit is under attack by some sort of sonic weapon powered blimp. And fortunately, because Snake Eyes and Dawn are down in the shooting range, they are protected from these sonic waves because of the headphones, the specialized headphones they're wearing, because the guns are so loud. So them, and then also they managed to get Roadblock to help out a little bit as well. They go back on the offensive against this sonic powered blimp, and surprise, surprise to no one, they they rebuff the attack and they win the day for GI Joe. That's the basic premise of this episode issue.
It's a simple tale of sound and fury.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, but it's also what an interesting like premise. You know, like they're being attacked by sound in a silent issue. I think that's a nice little twist, because with this I was like, so 21 is obviously so well known, not just because it's silent, because it adds something to the mythos of GI Joe as well. Like that's where you get that kind of the revelation of the connection between Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, Arishikage Tommy, and like I was going into this looking for like, what is the big revelation? What is the thing that is pushing the dialogue or the saga of a real American hero forwards past this? So that's kind of what I was going into this for, like not just a silent issue, because obviously this year we had a slew of silent issues, you know, where we had a whole month of silent issues. So what was the impetus behind this, and what was making this important to GI Joe going forward? And I don't know if I got something out of this, as in like, what is the big like, you know, like what's making this, what's important about this, you know, like you know. But I suppose there is the mystery of like, who is this blimp? Where did these people come from? Why are they here? What is their purpose? So I suppose going forward, we'll get the revelation of that. So in that way, at least, in like the impact or the importance to the lore of GI Joe, I don't think I got that from this issue. But overall, great action for me at least. But what do you guys think? What is your general impressions of this issue 321?
The art had me captivated every single panel of every single page.
Mooneyhan's
on some next level shit, man. Like, it's got a style to it, which makes it less house style and certainly less like GI Joe that we're used to. But it's great. Like, if you've got the geometry of the vehicles down, you've got me on side.
Yeah.
And the vamp is incredible. Like, in this top
Looking
panel
good.
that we're looking at now, he's got a row of Skyhawks. They are also very, like, geometrically sound. Like, they look like the toy. So either Chris has all these toys to hand, or he's able to fully imagine the three-dimensionality of a toy, based on what he's been able to glean from the
3D
internet.
Joes.
I was about to say
3D
3D
Joes
Joes.
they give you a 3D spin, but on a sort of a almost flat plane.
Yeah,
Like,
but I mean, they give you a lot
Mooney
to
Hand's
work
giving
with.
us,
So
I suppose, but he's giving us a worm's eye view on the Skyhawk, and it looks right.
Yeah.
Also,
and we spoke about GI Joe bases, and this is an amazing showcase of the Pit 3, even down to what Chris McLeod from the Full Force says. It's like American Gladiators. Like, they've got this incredible like training area where everyone's just like jumping over walls and hanging off cargo nets and swinging on like
they got the
acrobatic
space.
equipment.
They got the space, so why not?
It's comical.
Also, like, not for nothing, but I do want to remark that that Snake Eyes' outfit in this issue reminds me a lot of the Pursuit of Cobra Snake Eyes, the one with the two holsters for the Uzis. Can never remember exactly which number it is. It's the one that came out before Ultimate Snake Eyes, but yeah, just reminds me of that a lot, that outfit. Anyway, just a little tidbit that I wanted to throw in. Also, just talking about training facilities and whatever's, I watched a series on Netflix, which I thoroughly enjoyed, called Boots. And it's about a dude who joins the Marines, and they touch on some of that Marine life. And I mean, obviously, no one here, I don't know about you, Cooch, but none of us here can say we've done Marine training, so I can't tell you how accurate it is, but yeah, it does look like American Gladiators in some sections. Like, there's a lot of work there.
Wow.
So cool to see that the training in the background kind of, in a weird way, echoes some of the things that I saw in Boots. Anyway, anybody think it's weird that the sound waves can penetrate through, like, it's not even inches at this point. It's just like, it's like meters of pit.
Well, I suppose it's their sound waves. I mean, it's a vibration. It's a sonic wave, I think.
I'm gonna go with the humbug explanation. It's probably some like boll weevil magnified a million times or something.
Yeah, and that kind of just directed at them. Like,
I will say, before we lose sight of it, of course, the good gentleman at Talking Joe just covered this week, I believe. And I want to say that they had some smart words about the villains for this issue. I want to say they're returning. There's a couple key things, like the scratches on the face and the robot armor from an earlier issue where they faced GI Joe. So dig up those guys for those words. I would say this is the first time I've seen Dawn on the page where it doesn't annoy me. So I'll say that's a first. If you want to talk about lore. Yeah.
Okay.
Larry definitely has no. Larry has no shame in sort of doing some wordplay with what limited words there are on the page. I mean, the fact that we have an identity card for the aircraft, an experimental airship called Malleus Incus, Tympanic LLC. I mean, these are all parts of the ear. So the internal organ of the
flexing
ear.
as he should.
Flexing, and I mean, you've got to certainly catch cochlear cola, which is, there's a Coke can that tumbles out of the airship.
I just assumed that said Cobra Cola. Okay, I didn't look closely at that. Okay, that's a nice deep cut.
Cochlear, which I think is the curly whirly part of the ear.
Yeah, I don't know much about ears.
Internal tubing.
I'm gonna put that out there.
The cochlear, isn't that the sort of the like that looks like a shell?
Yeah.
Spiral.
Inside your ear.
Cock.
Yeah.
There's a lot of words like that.
Malleus is the mallet, and the tympanic is the drum.
Yeah.
I like sound enemies. It's interesting. And honestly, like this, if they turned this into an episode, like a TV show, you get this as an episode with no words, and it's got like a banging synth track that drives, and every
Ooh.
time you cut to a person, it's mute, wouldn't that be sick?
This would, I think a silent cartoon episode would actually be very interesting.
They kind of did with
Really?
Batman Beyond. There's a villain. There's a villain in there which takes out the sound. I think it's Shriek. It's the name of the character, something like that. I'm sorry that I can't remember the name now.
It's just wild that you're struggling to find one example. Like, I would have thought that something like this would maybe not be like a regular occurrence, but it would be something that would have happened a couple of times,
Yeah, but like I find like interesting shows, like for example, the Batman Beyond does it, and it did it really, really well. And it's a similar thing. The guy uses a thing that actually like neutralizes the vocal frequencies.
Wow.
And then and also disorients Batman because he can't hear, and he's also dizzy. So it's quite cool. That character, and then there was also an Avatar, the Last Airbender episode that has a lack of sound as well. Like there's also a thing where it's a complete silent issue. In fact, Avatar: The Last Airbender does 1 or 2 episodes that actually have no sound, purely because the ones just for the feels. There's no dialogue. I mean, I agree with you, Rob. It's like something that isn't used often in animation, and
I feel like it's something that Samurai Jack had.
I think it did as well. I mean, the entirety of Primal is silent, for example.
Oh, Primal, yes.
Which is
I've
so
heard
good.
that because it's
So
about
good.
like Ooga Booga men. So
Well, dudes,
Let
Primal,
us not forget
please
South
check it.
Park with the brown note made you poop your pants.
Oh shit. Deep cut.
Thank God Cobra did not have that technology. This episode could have been.
So this mysterious enemy, do we have any guesses as to who they might be in GI Joe lore?
I heard they're Russian. I heard,
I unfortunately have no guesses. Because obviously they have, I mean, as we're saying, it has been pointed out that they have details on them. They kind of suggest like some sort of history, the scratches on them.
The big standout for me is the main bad guy's eyewear.
Oh,
he's got one red lens, and the other is a kind of a vent, like Kanye West tried to bring back in the 2000s. Those shades.
Oh, I missed that Chewbacca shirt. Sorry, carry on.
So the only thing that comes to mind for me is a figure from the 2000s called Munitia. Munitia was in the sort of the Devil's Due era, as part of the Plague.
That's a good call.
But she had like signature, one optic with the sort of a lens, the other with the sort of the vent. It's a weird look. It must give you a freaking migraine. But this guy ain't that.
Yeah.
Because that's not part of Larry's continuity anyway.
Yeah, but it is, maybe he did reach into it, or maybe they asked him to reach into it. A part of me also kind of, for some reason, these guys remind me of Voltar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like as if it was some kind of side faction that Voltar started, maybe. There's that. And then
from Beyond the Grave.
Yeah,
look,
actually,
I couldn't disengage my adult brain at one point in this whole thing. Like, they detect an intruder aircraft pretty early on. And sound waves, I mean, these magic heebie-jeebie sound waves that can penetrate the pit are, as we say, magical. But they only deploy it when they're virtually on top of the pit. You know what you can... you can engage aerial targets from far away with the pit's sort of missile defenses. Like if they really were being gung-ho, Scarlet could have hit the AAA button a long time ago. Maybe she was waiting to see if this guy was hostile, relying on the pit's secrecy. but just feels a little bit naff that like you're gonna let an aggressor, an unidentified aircraft, get that far into your space, and one that's a dirigible, no less. Like this is an airship. They
Yeah,
ain't stealthy, and they are very slow.
yeah.
I like that word, dirigible. Thank you for saying that.
It
That's
makes
a great word.
it also makes the GI Joe look like a bunch of putzes because they would have Battlefield's experience. So
They thought it was Uber Eats. That's why they didn't.
yeah, but that's the whole thing. Like
Pizza's here, guys.
yeah, but that's the thing. This dirigible for Cujo
Mhm.
is like rolling in, and they're just like, is it suspicious? Yes, no, I don't know. Like I'm with Steve on this. They should have just nuked it. Like
It's Zoran, Christopher Walken. He's
yeah.
coming. He's coming so slow.
Yeah,
But
I
look,
would.
it's always going to be fun to have a battle sequence on a blimp where
Mm.
your protagonists can be zipping along on jetpacks, like jumps. They're actually rocket packs, but anyway, jump rocket packs with their blades and slicing up what are they? The ballast, the bladders, yeah, the sort of hot air,
There
the
we go.
helium, the tanks. Psh! I mean, what a satisfying thing to do. To run your Ashikage steel all along the length of those bags.
Heck yeah.
God, what were they
It looks like
thinking,
their
these baddies?
opponents are game. I mean, they're coming out with what,
With swords.
machetes? I didn't see that.
Yeah, they're meeting them out there, you know.
Sound and swords, I guess. Hmm. That's a good battle. It kind of evokes. I was feeling a little bit of Rocketeer at the end.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah, with them
Um,
using the jump jets. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would say honestly, I'm not too familiar with this artist, but I did appreciate the kinetic flow of like his frames. It's a little blocky, but it's been a while since I've looked at a raw. So no, I
Yeah,
enjoyed this
Moonham's
comic.
awesome. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, you're
Yeah,
good,
it's kind
brother.
of like a nice, refreshing break from the kind of like I think me and Steven described it's kind of like cyclical like way that the comic seems to have been going since it's joined Skybound. You know, kind of like go to the Cobra Island, leave the Cobra Island, go to the Cobra Island, leave Cobra Island, and suddenly like this is a very refreshing break from that constant like round and roundabout that seems to be the storytelling currently in the Raw.
You had something to say about the blockiness of the art, but the fun that Mooneyhan has with his layouts strike a big chord in me because there's a sequence where you have a shot of the sort of a lower section of the airship, and then up the spine of the page, you've got the goons scrambling up a ladder to what ostensibly is the top frame of the airship. And to me, that just reminds me of how I used to like doodle as a child.
Yeah,
Of course.
Like I would have
Yeah.
action sequences where they'd play out on multiple levels. I think we even spoke about this maybe 1 or 2 podcasts ago, that you'd use the lines on the foolscap paper to represent a different floor, and you'd be having these multiple battles. Like the fact that you've got this motion and passage of time through the panel, through the layouts, you know, going from the bottom of the page to like the top third of the page, just super
good
cool.
stuff.
And I feel
That
like a
reminds me of
child
the video game.
who does that? Who in comics is doing that now? And I mean, maybe there are 24 artists that are all doing that kind of
Honestly,
layout.
like sometimes you wish in comics they would say, "Oh, buy this comic cover on a T-shirt," like on the last page. There was one Joe comic cover where people were running through an apartment and somebody's jumping out a window. That cover was insane, dude. Storytelling.
Hell yeah.
I don't know, man. It gets lost in the sheer volume of covers that seem to be coming at us for each individual issue.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the comic industry now. Yeah.
I don't know who I blame.
I don't know either.
as a child, I
Wanna
had
blame somebody.
no real feel for covers. Like covers didn't sell the book to me. The fact that it said GI Joe on the top sold the book to me. So like this whole like palaver about covers nowadays in modern comic book collecting, it is for the collectors. It's squarely not for me.
Yeah, it's just for a certain group of people. Yeah, the whole variant
sure.
cover kind of craze.
I just want to crack
Nobody
on with the
we
story,
like,
man.
but definitely they're out there.
Yeah. So these guys are definitely cybernetically augmented. These villains.
Yeah, for sure. Like the main female lead loses her arm. So I am curious. Yeah.
Those
they're
are
not tied to like
callbacks.
Overkill or something, are they?
I don't know. I would have liked to have seen a little bit of branding too.
Yeah, kind of like, so we have some idea of like who these guys are. I think the only
Give us
thing we
that
have
weird
really,
thing that Spirit had to fight.
like they have a similar look to each other, so there is kind of like a group feeling to the whole group. But yeah, we don't know who they are. So I am curious to find out who they might turn out to be. Because I mean, at this point, obviously we have Cobra, we have the robot people, and Destro doing his own thing as well.
Revanche.
Is there
Never
space
forget the
for
robot
another
people.
group in this landscape? I hope so. It'd be more interesting to have more groups, against each other.
Well, isn't
know,
it
these guys seem like a two and done.
Energon. Yeah.
Oh, you think so? They kind of
Yeah, it feels like
spend all their
these
money
are the
on
main
this sonic
players.
device, and they're like, oh, okay, we all don't know.
Yeah. They blew it.
He would never
They got
do
one
it.
big
But
loan.
wouldn't it have been fun if there was some kind of callback to the Sonic Fighters in this issue?
Ooh.
I mean,
That-
I
those
can't
kind
expect
of-
that from Larry.
That's one thing I'll break with on like modern editors. Like they're always trying to tell you it's about 5 people. With Joe, you could go deep cut. Do a Sonic issue.
Yeah, just
Give
go
us
crazy.
deepness.
Like, give us some
Well,
interesting.
Joe's not pushing toys anymore, so kiss those days goodbye, my friends. Where,
Yeah,
like,
there's
Larry
no
was being
impetus to involve the 200 character plus roster of GI Joe, unfortunately.
Or just to do an issue that is so absolutely to market toys. Like, it'd be cute in retrospect if he did, like, just a nod to the way things used to work when the Hasbro overlords sent him, some design sheets of like this wave, this new subset, the Eco Warriors, and Larry was like, oh, "Fuck, do I have to do this?"
If he really wanted to get meta, he could look at like what the current lineup or releases of Classified are and feature those characters in the issue.
But here's what I really want more than anything else: is for him to do a little ironic throwback to like, okay, this is the way things used to be. Let me take a look at what figures were released in 1992, for instance. Be like, okay, I'm gonna do an issue just featuring these guys in those designs. Like, wouldn't that be fun? Just to, I don't know, throw a
I
member
think that would be
berry at
super
us
fun.
long-term GI Joe fans who would absolutely flip our brains.
Die.
If he went absolutely deep cut like that and like made it like marketing a toy book again.
What about like you can see the cover, you see a Tunnel Rat's dirty face and it says Mole Rat versus Tunnel Rat this issue.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That'd be
Get
too
out of
early.
here with that foolishness, man.
Yeah.
Oh, the new Mole Rat has like Cobra Bug colors. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
The yellow and green.
He does have some crunchy looking hairdo. Thanks for that Transformers short, guys. You really read the room.
Gotta push it in there.
Yeah,
can't help themselves.
We've got the Cold Bros here on the cover for 322.
Yeah, that gives me hope that the next issue will also be different.
It doesn't look like Iceberg. Is he in the back?
Yeah, it looks like Blizzard, Iceberg, and obviously Snow Job.
Yeah.
There's some symmetry with the toy line. Okay, I take it back. So clearly it filtered into the sort of writing pool at Skybound that HasLab was doing the Snowcat. So they were like, okay, let's push some snow guys. Let's link up.
If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, as you say, I know you guys are warm down there right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys are entering winter now. Yeah, actually.
Yeah. Well, for you guys, where Cujo, where you are, that's real winter. So
real fall.
It's getting there. It's getting there.
On their way there.
No, the Steve Beach cover with Duke like barely hanging on to the Skyhawk here is awesome and also incredibly dramatic. I mean, he's like there's no
They need to
like
tilt
I
the
don't care
Skyhawk
how
towards
strong you
us.
are, you don't hold on to a landing skid like that. But it's cool because of the drama, and I love it, and I like the way he's painted this. It's really fun, actually. It's a lot of I would like to see that in proper size.
You need a surprised face on somebody in the cockpit going. Huh?
And then we got
What are you doing
the
back
Cold
there?
Slither
Yeah.
album. You can scan this QR code to buy their exclusive merch and music.
Well, the Cold Slither, the comic came out the same time. Well, I mean, we've received it in store now as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's a fun little like Elseworlds story. I think it's worth checking out.
Guys, I have to like put this out there just
Please,
because otherwise I'm just gonna get frustrated. You know, I have a weird thing with Cold Slither, and I maybe a lot of GI Joe fans have this as well.
I like where this is headed.
But when I first saw Cold Slither, it was like a very special thing for me, and I felt like as a fan of, like I felt that I got to own that.
Are you in Cold Slither?
Whoa!
They got him, guys.
There were very few. There were very few people that like spoke about Cold Slither. You know, you would go on because I remember like Googling it and trying to see if there was more information on whatever's about Cold Slither, if there was, and there was like nothing, and you know, people sort of like pushed it off as like a mild curiosity, and for me, like now I see how much they're milking it, and like I'm glad that it's gotten some kind of popularity among
recognition at last,
and
like people saw you, Paul, and they were
that
like,
Hasbro has actually seen that it's worth something. But at the same time, I'm a little bit like pissy about it because like I really am, because firstly, it is something that I felt like was very much like not like many fans do. You take ownership of it, and I love the shit out of that. And it's one of the things that endeared me to the Dreadnoks even more, if you can believe that. They paid it off really well when they did that Serrano with the Cold Slither tour dates on the shirt. Those little things that like Cold Slither was such a beautiful Easter egg in a lot of ways, and I just kind of hate the way that it's kind of exploded right now. You know, it just feels like a major cash grab, and for something that I just think, I don't know. Like, there's parts of me that are like impressed with how it's done, and there's parts of me that are not impressed with how it's done. We could have a whole thing about it. I could go on and on about the classified box being a really cool toy, but also not a great thing to take out of the packaging because of the way that it's all set up. It's just there's a lot going on there for me with Cold Slither. So yes, hearing that there's a comic makes me very excited because I'm like, oh, I'd love to get my hands on that, you know. But at the same time, I'm also like, I'm just being a bit of a,
you guys are pushing it too much.
I'm just being a bit of a 90s rock fan, you know, and an 80s metal fan. It's like, I love this band until everybody else loves it now. Now I don't know if I love it anymore.
It's because it's
like,
popular.
Like, you guys are all tourists. I'm trying not to be
You're not trying to be that gatekeeper, man. Okay.
Yeah.
Stand down, son. You don't have to hold that door.
Thank you.
I would like to see Paul in Cold Slither, honestly.
Thank you.
Actually,
how about a guest colorist? How about a guest inker for that cover, guys?
Hell yeah.
Come on.
Get him in there. Get him in there.
Inking it could be fun.
But bring us back to 321. So overall, are we happy with this issue? Are we unhappy? Let's go around the room. What are we? What, you know, what's going on in your heads?
Been silent for a while.
Yeah, Stephen. 321.
Spill it.
I keep coming back to the fact that, like, if you are reading ARA purely for the art, well, I mean, every time they switch back to Mooneyhan, you're in for a treat.
You're winning.
I think this guy's just, I don't know where he came from, but he's onto something.
Is he
good,
real?
man?
I haven't seen him at any conventions.
True. Maybe
is
he's an
he an AI?
Yeah.
Is he a
he
machine?
does draw those vehicles too good.
Now we're digging.
Judging by the quality of these pages, he's too fucking busy for convention.
Chris, come on, GI Joburg, we got you.
Prove you're real, son. Prove you're real.
It's like people don't know this, but when when comic artists go to conventions, they shit themselves, man, because they've got deadlines and they're there at the convention and they're drawing and they're sketching and whatever, and then they know that they're going to be like dog tired. They're still going home or going to their hotel rooms and working on pages. They're like,
yeah, but they gotta do it, son. You gotta earn that bag, you know.
I'm not buying that.
the industry doesn't handle it well enough, in my opinion.
So how did you handle this issue, Paul?
You know, I'm starting to get to this point where a comic book with words in it seems to be more novel. You know, you know, it's weird, but it's just like I thought. Yeah, everything you guys said, like beautiful action set pieces, cool, like flow, but I don't give a shit either way. Like, it sounds bad to say that, but I don't care who these new guys are too much. I don't care, like GI Joe, like staved off yet another attack on the pit. Don't care. It's like whatever. It's like people who enjoy this, power to you. But I'm there with my good with my good buddy Railroad, and it's like, again. Like, him and I have the same sentiments. I do appreciate the change of pace, though. I do appreciate it being this moment, whatever this actually is in the grand scheme of things, versus Cobra Commander and Serpento arguing, or Mindbender arguing, or whatever. Like, I'm so glad it's not that shit.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you appreciate it overall.
I mean,
but you don't really give a shit.
No, I don't really give a shit either which way.
Damn. Okay. Cujo, what does this issue mean to you?
Well, I would start by saying that honestly, GI Joe comics should be 75% wordless if they're on mission. But I'm okay with the novelty. Like, I'll say this, that the world is just wacky enough that if creatives are getting content out right now, I salute. So I appreciate that even if the silent format wears a little thin, GI Joe owns it. I mean, there's other comics that have done it. They've done funeral issues where nobody says anything, that kind of thing. But yeah, I think there's that. I'm not put out by the action. Like, the story's not going to change my life, obviously. But I think the more resonant thing and something I'll always pull from when I'm chatting with you gents is 300 issues in the making. Last con that I covered, I want to say Dustin Cordos, who's the inker on Joe, or was at that time. 300 issues. Like, in life, it's weird to say, but it's not necessarily marked by excellence as much as consistency, as much as continuity. So this is how I see it. Hama is going to be as good as his editors. He's a legend, but he's also on brand. He'll do it. Dude, he made the Blue Ninjas, like, Jeepers H crackers. That shit was redundant. But no, I mean, I think as long as you have Hama in the game, you have, what, lymphatic blimps or dirigibles, or you have stuff named after ears. And yeah, I'll go back to the fact that, in the world we live in, don't forget Psych Out. Don't forget Psych Out watching TV and saying that there's more than 2 brand of cookies. Like, there's not just red cookies. There's not just blue cookies. There's purple ones too. And I think that's why Hama should be in the game, because he's smart.
Yeah, keeping him around as long as we can. But
Hama's just done something with Boom Studios as well. Just wanted to throw that out there. I can't recall the name, but there is a new project that he's done with Boom Studios.
So. And I don't like putting people on a pedestal, because don't meet your heroes, all that, except we have. Yeah, no, I can appreciate somebody who's turning up, and I can appreciate GI Joburg for being 300 and some odd episodes deep.
Boom.
470, pal.
Wow,
that's what the thumbnail should be. Somebody work that thumbnail and say 399.
Yeah.
An episode 399 issues in the making.
Love it. Yeah, actually, that's a great idea.
No, I'm so close. I'm still inspired by Joe. I see it.
Good. Yeah, as are we, always and forever, I think. 399 deep, 5 million Stephen counted or something, I don't know.
14 years.
Going strong. Like, and who do we have to thank for that? Ourselves. We are also awesome. We're just so good. We just keep bringing it every week. But who else inspires us? The people who listen to us, the people who comment, the people
you
who
guys
watch
do.
us, the people who get together and have fun with their toys, like with International Backyard. Phobos Operation coming out 31st of October 2025.
Phobos Nightmare, but let's not go
Nightmare.
there.
It's Nightmare Operation. It's a nightmare, guys, and you're gonna check it out. And thanks for checking us out.
Wait,
First of
today.
all, what did
hold
you
that.
drink, Rob? Because you're on fire this episode.
Yeah,
I don't know.
say.
I think it's the fact that I have to hold my phone for this entire episode. It's somehow making me feel more like more energetic.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
time to
I
put
should
in
really.
Rob.
I should always just be on my phone for this thing.
I agree.
I like
Fuck
the energy.
computers. We don't need computers to be able to stream anymore, guys.
Take
we need
that,
our
Kevin.
phones.
I can bookend this.
Yeah.
In the new Tron movie, there's this line. They get to a certain point, and you run into a character you've seen before. I'm just gonna call him Jeff Bridges. But the program goes, "What are you doing here?" And he goes, "I'm here because you're here," and that's GI Joburg. We're here because you're here.
Yeah.
We'd be here anywhere, but it matters because of the folks that turn up. And of course, like the thing that bugs me, and not at all about this network, but guys, I've bounced around so many networks in my day. I mean, trust me, like no hubris. I've seen more groups than anybody else. And what matters is nobody thinks that they matter, but like people are important. You know, I've covered conventions where people lose by a dozen votes because their family didn't turn up. But no, it's with GI Joburg, it's because you folks are listening. Folks are driving around right now. We see you. And I know that these
willed
are
us
supposed to
into
be timeless.
existence, dear user.
That's
Also,
right. We're here because you're here.
Oh, shot, Cooch. And what I just wanted to just throw out there, just in the spirit of community and in the spirit of, you know, what makes and builds things. We have been receiving 1 or 2 items of GI Joe artwork made by listeners and viewers of the show of GI Joburg.
Wow.
So, guys, November there is an episode that we're going to earmark. We're going to showcase that art, but only if we get enough. So it would be nice if we could get like
go
maybe
crazy.
10
Jovember is
pieces.
coming, guys.
This is not about critiquing it. This was just really just us about us looking at it, celebrating.
Yeah, shedding all over it. It's gonna be great.
It's not about shitting all over it. Rob.
Hold on. I forgot what yet one more.
But the important thing, oh sorry, Cooch, I just wanted to put out there, man. The important thing is if you want us to see this art, you have to email it to arealsouthafricanhero @gmail.com. It's in the comments below as well. It's in our it's in the comment section, so just check it out. It's there.
The description
Cujo.
to this video.
Thank you. It's
Yeah.
in the description.
Honestly, I just wanted to end with don't forget about Chasing Joe with Steven and Ben Flying Retro. Don't forget about Ben's wife, guys. Buy some toys, you know.
Buy a Moodling.
Got you, Ben.
Support the Kickstarter. Moodlings.
Yeah. Support everybody. Damn.
Yeah. Be supportive, guys.
But with that, is there anything else that you guys need to say or put out there before we put an end to 399?
I can't find a link to the actual stream presentation of the Tron HasLab because there's some eggy moments that I just want to like replay because I've caught snippets of it in like other people's YouTube videos, but I haven't seen the actual. Like, it's so apologetic and so mansplaining of like what a HasLab is. Like the guy's
no,
guys, if you pledge to this Kickstarter, to this crowdfund, your cards won't be charged until it is a success. You know, at the end of the campaign.
Is that how that works?
If it's not a success, you won't be charged. So you know you can rest easy, and we're not going to take your money for nothing, which would be tantamount to like theft. But you know, it's just taking us through painstakingly what a HasLab is. I suppose it could be someone's first time. Maybe like 18 people in the world are at the intersection of like not having ever supported a HasLab and being a fan of Tron. Like that's a very, very small group.
Yeah, that's a Venn diagram for you right there. Also remember, there's kids that ate Tide Pods, so it's important that you explain shit sometimes.
For sure.
How many people are backing this so far? I'm very curious.
Honestly, they already made those figures, didn't they? And they were exclusive to Walgreens. Hey, Walgreens, we need that sponsorship.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
Where this came from? My lady got
Not
me
even
this
1,000 backers yet, my boys.
one.
Yeah,
Oh
shame.
man,
I
writing's
think
on the wall.
yeah,
Shame piece.
shame piece. I actually want to see somebody. Sorry, I keep saying this, but I think Super 7 or somebody needs to pick it up. All those the guys who are doing the mask stuff or something. That this feels like more their
Loyal subjects.
Yeah.
Dude, you mentioned those clear Tron figures. Ooh, I would buy one of those again.
They did a re-release.
The guards looked right.
They did a re-release of those at some point.
They do have a novelty. Oh, they should make them into night lights.
Was that Super 7 then? Did Super 7 do?
Plug it in. Plug in the.
I mean, yeah, there's a 5
It's right.
I recall something like
it's
that.
right up their alley for reaction.
You know, honestly, we're burning up people's air, but hey, you're on the road anyway. You don't care. No, honestly, if you're Hasbro, start making niche parts. Like you've already sold the Televiper. Now sell a Televiper GoPro head. Like just start adding to these things you've already done. Because those things would be so fun. Just like the niche add-ons. Mole Rat, you could put more warts on them.
Dude,
his pants. Maybe he poops his pants, guys.
Super 7 did the light cycles even. They look a little bit chibi, but there they are.
I thought that was the case.
Okay, wow.
Well, you know the car manufacturers, so like Nissan, for example.
I've heard of them.
They like to call it Nissan, but Nissan. They're doing. They're actually reproducing parts to cars like the GTR and the 350Z and even the older Z models. They're reproducing parts because people obviously still have these cars and they want to keep those cars in circulation because it's great representation of their brand, and they cottoning onto that whole thing, the car industry. So yeah, I'm sure the toy industry will follow.
GI Joe hasn't arrived until in a divorce court somebody says my Televiper caught my wife. I saw it. Yeah. Busted.
On the topic of Super 7 though, some episodes back I was saying like, isn't it interesting how Hasbro has GI Joe Classified has leaks, like images of like factory test shots circulating long before, all the time, exactly. And Super 7 are able to keep wraps on what's coming up until it is actually ready to,
loose lips sink ships.
Well, I eat my words because it's finally happened that there's been a leak and it's probably 100% correct.
Mara.
That we are getting an Arctic Snake Eyes. No, wait, that's already happened. Arctic.
We know about that, Steven. Everyone
Arctic
does.
Scarlet.
Oh, cool.
Oh, we don't know about that.
Yeah, I think another
Arctic Destro is out already. So is Arctic Snake Eyes, but we did not know about Arctic Scarlet.
But the big one for me, anyway, from this forthcoming wave, this leak,
what is it?
What is
Mara.
it?
Mara.
Oh, I love Mara.
This is why I'm here. This is why my
favorite
money is in Super 7 stuff.
Female character from wherever she's from. I love her. Yeah.
Mara would be from. I can't believe it. Until the moment of truth.
Mara Jade.
But she was definitely in No Place Like Springfield.
Thank you. Yeah.
But she was also in.
Okay, so she's coming out.
She was also in that other one with the underwater stuff.
Yes, on the island. She was blue, wasn't she?
Yeah. What's that episode called? Siren Song? Sirens? No.
Maybe.
No.
Song of the Siren.
Someone's shouting at the screen right now. Don't worry. Check the comments, guys. They're gonna tell you exactly what the episode's called.
Put it in.
I feel like when this was happening in real time on another podcast, I was the one shouting on my radio. I was quick to remember the episode title. Now I'm in the fucking hot seat.
Now your hubris is coming around back to you. It's biting your ass.
Has its way.
It's a bitch, isn't it?
It really is. Now you know what it feels
sitting
like.
with it, Steve. But anyway,
thankfully I'm not. I'm
Mara's.
guilt-free right now. I never knew the name of that episode. So
Amazing.
And I want to get it without consulting Google. So I'm
too late,
fucked.
Stephen.
Yeah,
Too
you're
late.
screwed, bro.
Moment's come and gone.
So I do want to unpack that for 2 seconds. Scarlet, Arctic Scarlet, that's going to be exciting because that's going to give Super 7 a bit of an acid test to see if they can get the Scarlet head right and to see what kind of feedback fans have. So it kind of feels like that's a nice sacrificial lamb for them.
Yeah, just throw it out there.
Before we get a proper Scarlet. So actually, I think that's actually a smart play because a lot of people are going to be very hardcore about how Scarlet is executed.
True.
So yeah, let's see how that goes down. And then yeah, Mara. I mean, Mara is one of the reasons I've been wanting Super 7 to do this. This is
beautiful.
God bless.
Sorry, I had to look over.
God bless America and God bless Super 7. God bless our audience and catch you next time.
Actually, for episode 399.5, which will be Robin's.
Whoa!
Rob
You
and
spoiled our next
yeah.
episode. It's a half episode, guys, because Stephen will be on the road.
The first 400 episodes were just a warm up. It was
Yeah.
just a warm up.
Just a warm up, guys. We
Those
only
guys
now
just
getting
started marching. They just started marching.
If you thought we were good before, we're going to be better off.
So just to remind everybody,
Memories of Mara.
Thank you.
There we go. Stephen looked it up.
One, like, and his mom is the acronym.
Mom, how did we forget? Yeah.
Love me a mom.
So as we're walking out the door, just a reminder, if you got some GI Joe artwork, remember November is Joevember, and we would like to just celebrate that a little bit. So if there's community artwork you guys have done or are busy with, they don't have to be like your best work. They don't have to be complete.
Give me a stick figure, son.
Just let's have fun. You know, obviously stuff that's more complete is going to be more complete, and we're not here to critique it. We just want to show it off and get excited with you about it. So yeah, send that to a real South African He-Man, a real South African hero at gmail.com. And yeah, we'll pop them onto that episode. And yeah, you'll catch Rob and myself in the next one, 399.5. And let's see what happens for episode 400. A big thank you to Cooch for joining us, and thank you to everybody who's listening to us.
Like, and then I'll end it like
subscribed,
yeah.
Follows the
Get us out of here, Cujo.
Dude, I'm talking. And
you're saying the same thing.
And to the guys who support the Patreon and the membership, thank you very much for your contributions, guys. They help us a lot.
Yep.
And now Cujo and Rob want to say something, and very quickly, because I'm about to do the transition.
End of line.
Berg.